Hey there, guys. Just want to talk about why Christians struggle with money. The reality is, many people struggle with money partly because they've never been taught about money. They've never learned the basics like budgeting or debt management. Often, it's not taught in schools, and often the church is pretty quiet on the topic of money too, other than in the area of generosity. And so, a lot of us just don't get the knowledge we need to learn the basics of money management. So that's the first thing. And the second thing is, for many Christians, there's sort of like a tension, if you like, between secular and spiritual things. And money is often treated as a secular thing when in fact it's very spiritual, because really the money we have is God's money, and therefore our monetary decisions are in fact spiritual ones. And so we should treat money accordingly. And then finally, there's of course this tension in terms of our culture. Our culture is totally bombarding us daily about what we should have, the kinds of cars we should drive, the houses we should live in. It's always about upgrading and having more and more and more. And so there's this constant pressure on our lives that impacts us. So the good news is there's antidotes to all of these things. At the end of the day, in terms of struggling with money, we can learn about money. We can learn what the Bible has to say. The Bible has truckloads of wisdom on money management. And of course, we can learn the basics of money management. And I'd strongly recommend you jump onto our website, wealthwithpurpose.com, to look at some of the tools to teach you basic money management so you can get that. Then, of course, there's that realization that our money is, in fact, God's money. And therefore, it's very much, as I say, a spiritual exercise. And we want to involve God in our financial decisions. You should pray about, all your major financial decisions. And then lastly, of course, our culture is bombarding us. So we've got to be very careful what we feed ourselves in terms of the messaging that we're taking in from the world, be it through social media and through just general media, that are impacting us in ways that can be really unhelpful. And that's why, of course, we've got to guard our hearts, and we've got to make sure that we're in God's word regularly, because that will help us to fight against the pressures that the world faces. And of course, having that personal relationship with our Creator, which is an incredible thing that you can have, will help also with all of those things. So I hope that helps. You got some tools to not struggle with money anymore. God bless. Have a great day.